Am I audible to all? Am I audible to all?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Okay. So after a long day, we are meeting again. So last class we are taking the graph theory class, na? So today the some parts of the graph theory already completed, but some part is remaining now. So today we are starting the last part of the graph theory, that is called the planar graph. So without I'm sharing my screen to all of you. Maybe it will take some times as because of network. Is it visible to all? Is my screen is visible to all? Is my
Yes,
screen
sir.
is okay? So today we are going to start the planar graph. What is a planar graph? Planar graph means a graph which can be written into which can be drawn into a plane. So here the definition of planar graph is given. A graph is called planar graph if it can be drawn on a plane in such a way that any two of its edge either meet only at their end vertices or do not meet at all. If it is meet any vertices, then at the end point. Otherwise, they cannot meet. Here, these are the some example of the planar graph. Picture A, this, and this. There are four vertices of this planar graph. There does not meet to each other. So here, any two of the edges, any edge, there meets into this edge and this edge meets into the end vertices, right? So and some of the planar graph is does not meet. Here also, here no point is given here. So A, B, C, D, four points are given here. They are meted at the end point. This is also the planar graph. So in other word, we can say that graph which is isomorphic to a plane graph is called the planar graph. A graph which is isomorphic to a plane graph is called the planar graph. That means each and every edges of the planar graph will be lying on the same plane. Each and every edges of a planar graph will be lying on the same plane. That means it is the planar graph. The planar graph means PLANAR. It is coming from the plane, so it is called the planar graph. Is it understood by everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we are going for the face of a planar graph. That is very important for us. Just wait. Face of a planar graph. So it will be better to take an example of face of a planar graph. We shall make a graph. Now we shall start this is A, this one is B, this one is C, This one is D. Then this one is E. This one F. This one G. This one H. And this one is I. So this is a graph. Case of a planar graph means here it is 1. This one is 2. And we have to take 1 each from here to here. This one is 3. This one is 4. This one is 5. And here is the 6. This is a planar graph. Because of that, no edges are cutting each other. That means for a planar graph, no edges will be cutting each other. Right? Here no edges are cutting each other. So it is a planar graph. It can be right into a given plane. Look at here. Here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. These are the set of vertices. And edges are here A, B, B, C, C, D, B, H, H, I. One loop, then F, I. That is also here F, G, F, H, E, F, as well as A, G, G, I. That the planar graph. Now, face of the planar graph. Face of the planar graph means the bounded area by the edges. Look at here, this AB. This is a bounded area by this edge and this edge. This is one of the face. This is the face number 1. Now, number face 2. These are the area which is bounded by AG, AB, BF, BF, HF, FE, and again FE and FG. This is the face number 2. Now this is another close part of this graph. This is called number 3. This is another close part of this graph. It is 4. And this is the 5. And number 6 means the without the graph, complementary of this graph, all those areas which are infinite area, that is called the another face of the graph. For a planar graph, some part will be the bounded face and one must be one infinity face for a bounded graph where it is a face is coming. So for a face of a planar graph must be a bound planar graph, otherwise all faces, only one face will be there, that is the infinite face. Right? If we take that this is a planar graph, there is no bound part, so only one face of this planar graph, that is the infinite face. If we take that it is ABC, then ABC is a planar graph, but only one face, that is called the infinite face. But in this graph, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 close part. This 5 close part is the close face, and another is infinite face. So total 6 face of this graph. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
What are the faces of a graph? One face must be the infinite face and other face will be the bounded face. If we take this is also a planar graph, but here is no bound part, so planar graph, then it is number 1 is the face and number 2 is the infinite face. Clear? So this is called the face of a planar graph. Now tell me, is this a planar graph?
No, sir.
Any other answer? Is this a planar graph? In planar graph, we have said that the graph can be drawn in a same plane. All the edges will be lies in the same plane, but without cutting each other. Without cutting, any edges will be not cut another edge. Is this a planar graph? Is this one a planar graph? Hello?
No, sir.
Only given the answer no. Why no? Why it
Sir,
is not a planar graph?
edge AC and BD cutting each other.
But I can say that this is obviously a planar graph. Look at here. I can redraw the graph. Right? And BD. We can join the BD edge like this, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This graph can be drawn like this. Then no edge is cutting to each other. So not only that, any edge cutting to each other, if we can trespass that one by another trick or by another rewriting the graph where no edges are cutting, then this graph is the planar graph. So the picture A can be drawn into the picture B. So we can say that the picture A is a planar graph. Is it clear? But sometimes it cannot be done. Then we can say that it is not a planar graph. So if any graph which is look like a non-planar graph, edges are cutting, if we redraw the graph like such a way where the edges are not cutting without hampering this graph and this graph are the isomorphic, na? Both of the graphs are isomorphic, isn't it? So they are in the same plane. So we can say that this both of the graphs are planar graphs. Now we are going for the one very important graph that is called Kuratowski's graph. Kuratowski's graph. Kuratowski is a Polish mathematician. He invented this graph. According to his name, it is known as the Kuratowski's graph. Which is Kuratowski's graph? A complete graph with 5 vertices with five vertices is known as Kuratowski's first graph. And it is denoted by K5. Now, how it will be look like? What is the complete graph? What is the complete graph? Complete graph means?
Sir, each and every node are connected to each other.
Okay. Each and every node. Now we want to make 5 vertices they have told, right? We are taking 5 vertices. So from vertex 1, all the vertex will be connected with this. Now, if we say that this is the second vertex, second to first already, second to this one, there was no edge, this edge. Now, this to this, there is no edge. Now, this to this, there is no edge. Now, for this, there is edge, but there is no edge. And there is no edge. Now, from here, first to last, all the edges are there. So, we are going for this. This is called the Kuratowski's first graph. Is it a regular graph? Is this graph is a regular graph? Is this graph is a regular graph? What do you mean? We know that every complete graph is a regular graph. Isn't it? That is the K5 complete graph with 5 vertices. So it is 4 regular graphs. Because of that, for each and every vertex, the degree of the vertex is 4. Na? For each and every vertex, degree is 4. So it is the 4 regular graphs. So from here, we know that every complete graph is a regular graph. But the converse is not true. Every regular graph is not complete. Right? Look at here. Is it a complete graph? This is a 2 regular graph, na? But is it K3? No. Each and every vertex. No, this is a complete graph also, na?
Yes, sir.
This is regular as well as complete. But if we take this one is 2 regular, na? 2 regular graph. Because of that, for all vertex, degree is 2. So 2 regular. Is it K4?
No, sir.
From this edge, this vertex to this vertex, there is no edge. As well as from this vertex to this vertex, there is no edge. So that this graph is not complete, but it is a 2 regular. So although this graph is regular, but not complete. So this is called the Kuratowski's graph, complete graph with 5 vertices. That is called the Kuratowski's first graph. And complete graph with 6 vertices and 9 edges. Is Kuratowski's second graph. Second graph. Complete graph with 6 vertices and 9 edges. That is called Kuratowski's second graph. So we have to make a Benjamin ring. This is called the K6. How many edges are there? 9 edges, isn't it? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is no point, no vertices here. So throughout this, this is an edge, this is an edge, this is an edge. So there in between there are 3 edges, and in outside there are 6 edges. Total 9 edges, and total number of the vertices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is the Kuratowski's second graph. Is it clear? Is this one understood? So we have already learned about the planar
Sir,
graph. Bolo.
is it complete graph?
Yes. No, it is not a complete graph. Sorry, it is regular graph. It is regular. Sorry, it is not a complete graph. Because of that, from here this point to this point there is no edge. This point to this point there is no edge. It is not a complete. A regular graph with 6 vertices and 9 edges, right? Regular graph. It is obviously regular, na?
Yes, sir.
Degree of all these 3. It is actually 3 regular, na? It is 3 regular graphs. Thank you. Actually, it is not a complete graph. It is a regular graph. It is 3 regular. Regular graph with 6 vertices and 9 edges. That is called the Kuratowski's second graph. Now, some formula given by Euler in the graph. Euler formula on planar graph. This is very important. Euler's formula on planar graph. Euler's formula on planar graph. A connected planar graph G with n vertices and e number of edges determines f equal to e minus n plus 2. Number of region or faces. This is also known as the face formula of Euler. Previously, we have got the face of a graph. Na? What is the face of a graph? So here it is given a connected planar graph G with n vertices and e number of the edges determined f equal to e minus n plus 2. Now, if we go for the previous graph, which was given as example for the planar face. right? It was the graph A, B, C, D, E, sorry, EF, G, H, and I, right? Here, how many number of the F should be determined? So F equal to E. How many edges are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13. So E equal to 13, na? E equal to 13. N equal to N equal to number of vertices. How many vertices here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. N equal to 9. So 13 minus 9 plus 2. That is 4 plus 2 equal to 6. How many faces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another is infinite face. Clear? So this is also known as the phase formula of Euler. So if any planar graph is given and planar graph is given, then you can find out how many edges are there and how many vertices are there. From there, you can put in this formula, then you can got the number of the faces. Sometimes to determine for a very large planar graph, it is very difficult to determine the face by looking on the graph. On that case, Euler given this formula, number of the faces is equal to number of the edges minus number of the vertices plus 2. Clear? Obviously, planar graph should be connected. Look at here. Planar graph must be connected. This is known as the phase formula of Euler. Right? Now tell me how many faces are there. How many faces are there? What is the value of S? How many edges are here? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
How many edges are here? S equal to 8, na?
Yes,
Minus
sir.
4 plus 2. That is 6, na? Look at here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and infinite. Isn't it? Bounded region, these are the faces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another is infinite region, that is 6. So by this formula, you can find out it. No? Now, if I give the graph like this, then how many faces are here? By the formula, here number of the edges. How many edges? 4 minus 2, right? Sorry, E is equal to 4 minus N. E minus N. N equal to 4, na? Plus 2. That is 2. That is 1. Another is 2. Is it clear? So you have to remember this phase formula of Euler. From here, some problem will be come to you. We have to find out either if here F is equal to phase, E equal to number of the edges, and N equal to number of the vertices. Any of two will be given. Another thing, You have to find it out. So this is called the phase formula of Euler. Is it clear? What is the phase formula of Euler?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So another formula on the planar graph related to phase. This theorem. Let G be a simple connected planar graph. Let G be a simple connected graph with in vertices E edges and F regions or it can be say faces. Then number one result is E greater than equal to E greater than equal to 3/2 F, and number two E less than equal to 3n minus 6. Right? Number of the edges obviously greater than equal to 3/2 of the faces. Again, we are going for the previous graph. Whether the formula is right or wrong, from here we can find it out. Look at here. Here number of the edge E equal to how many edge? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Na? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Na? E equal to 13. F equal to 6. Na? Isn't it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now 3/2 into 6. It is 9. So E equal to 13. It is greater than equal to 9. Na?
Yes, sir.
But for this graph, this formula, this and this formula is applicable. For this graph, the formula is applicable. Tell me whether for this given graph, this formula is applicable. For this formula, this graph is applicable or not? Tell me. Anyone of you? Give me the answer. Whether this formula is applicable for this graph or not.
Yes, sir. Both are applicable.
Applicable, but I think it is not applicable. Look at the first line of the theorem. Let G be a simple connected graph. This graph is not a simple graph. There is a loop as well as parallel edges. This graph is simple.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
So for this graph, the formula is not applicable. Even though it is given the same thing, but for this kind of the graph, the given two formulas are not applicable. Graph must be simple, graph must be connected, right? This graph is not a simple graph. But if we take this graph, then it is applicable, isn't it? Now the graph is not a, this is a simple graph, isn't it? There is no parallel edges, no loop, so it is a simple graph. Then number of the edges 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. E equal to 11. How many faces are there? It is 1, 2, 3, 4. F equal to 4. So E greater than equal to 3 by 2 into 4. That is 6. Na? So E equal to 11. So that is greater than equal to 6. And now E less than equal to 3n minus 6. Look at here, E less than equal to 3 into n. N means number of the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. E equal to 11. So 11 less than equal to 21. So for this graph, both of the theorem are applicable. So you have to remember these two things. Number one, this, and number two, this. These both are applicable for a simple graph, but for this graph, the given theorem is not applicable as there is a parallel edge and self loop. You know that for a simple graph, there is no parallel edges and no loop. This vertex is called, which vertex is this? We can say that these and these vertex are called the pendant vertex. Na? A vertex whose degree is equal to 1. That is called pendant vertex, isn't it? I think you people are not going through this graph theory because of
Yes.
that after a long day ago it was completed, and after that for some reason I have not taken the classes like 3 weeks. Na? So you people just forgot about me and forgot about your this lesson as it is the 50 marks, but from today onwards I'll take the classes whatever may be the possible. Maybe I will not take the 4 classes for you people. Maybe I'll take in 3 classes or 2 classes, but syllabus is almost completed. First chapter is remaining not completed, so I'll try to complete it. So some people have the examination, na? Those who are less than 4.5 in third semester, that is less than 4.5 CGPA. Na? So there is some special examination. Like, is the notice yesterday. So those who are getting any kind of the problem, you can see to call me about the mathematics. If some people have the problem in the mathematics for the third semester, they can also call me if they have to give